All right, thanks, guys. We once again improved to 2-0 yesterday in our last two Better Friends tier package picks on patreon.com/BrockPage. And of course, that's a website that I operate that gives you premium daily sports picks beginning at just $1.99 through the end of the month. That's also going to improve our record to 60% in our last 10 Better Friends tier package plays on that site in that same category. But before we get into some more of that, let's go ahead and take a look at some Belarusian Vysshaya Reserve League action. Of course, guys, this is the Reserve League. It's different than the other league. But anyway, we're going to start with Dynamo Brest reserves taking on Shakhtar Sologorsk reserves in a 6 a.m. Eastern showdown. Shakhtar is minus 190, totals 3.5, draws plus 325. And if you like Dynamo Brest in an upset, they're currently plus 380 on the money line and minus 120 catching 1 point on the goal line. And speaking of Dynamo, they've lost 4 out of their last 5 contests, including a 5-1 humiliation at the hands of FK Slusk. Dynamo's given up 6 goals in their last 2 outings while also failing to win against the likes of Vitebsk, Izlak, and Smolovici reserves as well. They're taking on a Shakhtar squad who's won their last 2 straight and hasn't lost a game yet this year. Shakhtar shut out Smolovici 4-0 and took care of Slusk reserve by the score of 4-2 in their last couple of matches. Shakhtar's given up just 4 goals in their last 5 contests thus far on the season. Now, total-wise, 3 out of Shakhtar's 5 matches on the year did stay under the total of 3.5 goals. Meanwhile, on the other side, 3 out of Dynamo's last 5 stayed under that number as well. Not a terrible spot for underbettors in my opinion here. I am going to make a goal line play, however. Give me Shakhtar Sologorsk reserves -1, getting the job done for some goal line cash, and the under 3.5 in that contest. And before we go ahead and move on, just want to take another quick timeout and welcome you to the show. Got some lines and purslines out for Friday's Vysshaya League action. Happy Friday to you. Well, I'm actually recording this on Thursday, but by the time you see it, probably Friday. So either way, happy Thursday, happy Friday. The weekend is either here or almost here, depending on when you're watching this. But anyway, guys, just got to remind you once again to check me out on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage, where once again, we are 2-0 in our last 2 Better Friends tier package plays, 60% in our last 10 on that site as well. Very good package for us right now. We do daily premium sports picks on that website beginning at just $1.99 through the end of the month. We'll bill you the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. We also have a bunch of different memberships, tiers, and packages that you can subscribe to. Currently, we have well over 675 members signed up and active on that page. Now, you might be wondering, why would all those folks sign up to receive Patreon picks, where they can get them here for free on YouTube? And that's certainly a great point, a great concern. But there is a big problem with me handicapping every single game that's on the board, side and total. And the problem is this. If you were to bet every single game that is on the board that I put out here on YouTube, side and total, you're pretty much guaranteeing yourself failure. And I know that sounds crazy, but you got to hear me out. If you're going to bet every single game that's on the slate with your hard-earned money, side and total, it's certainly not a winning formula for success. And as a matter of fact, it's a recipe for disaster. The books are way too smart. They're way too sharp. They have a whole lot more money than you and I do combined to be able to absorb that kind of action. And most important, the math becomes aggressively against you the more and more games you play like that. So what I do on Patreon is I make life a lot easier for you. I break it down and focus in on just 3 to 4 premium selections per day. They're high percentage picks, games that I personally have action on. And I'll tell you this much, my current Patreon record is a whole lot better than it is here on YouTube, handicapping every single game that's on the board, side and total. And the good news is this. If you want to go ahead and check out my current Patreon record, you can actually access that right now. You can do it for free at this moment. It's located right on the homepage. All you have to do is click the link in the description section below. And once again, that is patreon.com/BrockPage. And without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive back into some more free lines and personal leans right here on YouTube. All starts Eastern Standard Time. And on deck, we've got Goredaya reserve squaring off against Bate Borisov, and that's going to be a 6 a.m. Eastern start time. Borisov's minus 140, totals 3, draws plus 315. And if you like Goredaya in an upset, they're plus 260 for an outright victory and minus 120 catching the goal. Now, Goredaya is winless thus far on the year, although they did play Shakhtar very tough to a 0-0 finish just a few short weeks ago. Now, Bate Borisov on the other side, they've lost their last 4 straight matches and failed to score a goal in their last 2. They were shut out by Torpedo Belarus and FC Minsk, while also losing by the score of 4-1 to Rook Brest and 4-2 to Slavia Mozhir. That in mind, all of Borisov's losses this season came by multiple goals. They've given up 14 total goals in 5 matches. Now, total-wise, just 1 out of Borisov's last 4 contests actually stayed under 3 total goals. Meanwhile, 3 out of Goredaya's last 3 got over that number themselves. 4 out of their last 5 also got over the 3 flat. Looks like a fairly enticing spot for overbettors here. I also like the underdog keeping this one close. Give me Goredaya +1 getting the job done for some goal line cash. And the over 3 flat in that contest. Next and final matchup for the show, Slavia Mozhir squaring off against FC Minsk in an 8 a.m. Eastern start time. FC Minsk are the $2.60 favorite, totals 3.5, draws plus 375. And if you like Slavia in an upset, they're currently plus 475 on the money line and minus 110 catching the goal. And speaking of Slavia, they're currently on a 3-match losing streak where they failed to score a goal in each and every one of those contests. Those 3 embarrassing shutout defeats came at the hands of Izlak Reserve, Rook Brest, and Dynamo Brest. Slavia has also dropped 4 out of their last 5 with a heartbreaking 2-1 defeat against FK Slusk during that stretch as well. Slavia scored just 3 goals total in their last 5 games thus far in the season. Now, Minsk on the other side, a little bit different story, as they've lost just 1 out of their last 5 themselves. Solid victories over the likes of Bate Borisov, Energetic BGU, and Belshina during that span. They also shut out Bate Borisov 3-0 during those victories as well. FC Minsk are averaging well over 2 goals per contest thus far in the season. Now, total-wise, 2 out of Minsk's last 3 contests stayed under 3.5 total goals. They actually gave up just 1 goal in those 2 matchups. Meanwhile, on the other side, Slavia's last 3 straight all stayed under that 3.5. Meanwhile, 4 out of their last 5 stayed under that number as well. I'm going to lean toward another underplay here. Give me FC Minsk -1 and the under 3.5 in that contest. All right, let's go ahead and dive into some shout-outs. Once again, brought to you by Patreon.com. Got to give a shout-out to Brandon Saunders, Jeremy Wesley, Shrestha Gupta, Joseph Moylan. Also got to give a shout out to Bill McMahon, Tanner Ivey, Kyle McGrath, Ryan Mast. Shout out goes to Marcus Reimelkans, Goodnight Munchie, Ziggy007, David Abida. Also want to give a shout out to Ibrahim Gowri, James Medina, Dan Paul, Brian Daniels, Zuchu TZ, and last but certainly not least, got to give a shout out to my good friend, one of my favorite ladies out there. I'm talking about Renisha Brown. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Once again, don't forget to check me out on Patreon. I'm not sure if I said it earlier before, but we'll bill you the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. And so the day you sign up certainly does matter, within, whatever day you sign up during the month. So if you sign up on the first of the month, you're going to get a whole month worth of plays. Unfortunately, if you sign up today, you will get access to today's plays, but then you will be billed on the 1st of May. So just keep that in mind as a courtesy. I like to remind folks about that. But once again, we'll bill you the day you sign up and then the 1st of every month. But once again, guys, 2-0 in our last 2 Better Friends tier package plays. We're doing very good in that package. We actually were on a nice little hot winning streak in the daily best play, but unfortunately fell short yesterday. But that does bring us to 4-1 in our last 5 daily best plays as well. But anyway, guys, link for that site is in the description section below. And once again, that is patreon.com/BrockPage. But most importantly, guys, I got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. Happy Thursday or Friday to you. Best of luck to you. And don't forget to check me out on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.